All right, all right, all right. A time to talk. Peace in the wilderness with Ahaya Ahaya. Peace in the wilderness with Ahaya Ahaya. Sister Deborah is coming with a time to talk. This is a time to talk. So this evening, we're just going to talk, and we're going to talk about other topics that we would be important for us to talk about on this platform. And Sister Deborah is going to be the one that's going to dig deep on the topics, and along with you as well. But I want a list of different topics that one might feel that's important in this day and time to really talk about, to discuss, to really get down in. But the topic has to first and foremost, it has to be spirit and truth. It has to have some light in it because we have to be able to keep the light on. Okay. I got to go get my piece of paper so I can write down the topics in which others come up with. And we're going to discuss different things regarding the topics in the next. I'm going to take out the whole week to be about uh, doing videos to be about topics that many might feel that is important to discuss in this day and this day in which we are in. So if you got a topic that you think is very important for us to look into, or you always wondered about, or you always question, or you still yet, on swinging on both sides because of the topic that is deep down within you that you want to bring up, that you want to discuss, but it seems as if it's a far away, distant topic because you don't hear no one talking about it. Well, Sister Deborah is going to do the in depth study with the Ruach HaKodesh within me. And if we can't discuss the topic, we're going to dig and dive deep within it. Good evening. It's good to see you. So I'm going to grab me a piece of paper so I can be able to, I got my pen to write down the topics that one might think or feel that we should be discussing in such a dark time as this. But I will say this. Let me get my piece of paper here. Okay, I didn't have to go far, just to this here uh, side of this table. But I will say I was listening to a young man. I call him a young man because he couldn't have been no more than probably 45 years old. And he was talking about Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15. And I was so excited because I wanted to go with him. And when I mean go with him, I wanted to just be right there where he's at in what he was teaching. You know how someone's teaching something and you really like what they teach and you just want to be there from the beginning up to the end. But it seems like that when I start in the beginning, it always sounds so good. But before you get to the middle of it, it's like they lose the truth of the whole matter, which I believe without a doubt the spirit and truth regarding the whole matter. And I don't know if it's important to have the whole matter or not because of the fact that everything is the same. There's nothing different. Therefore, that the things that we're looking at in the flesh and on the earth, we're looking for a difference within it in the way it teaches, it preaches, it minister. And I don't think we're going to find too much or not much of anyone that's going to be able to nail it from the beginning to the end. You see, because I believe that which is on in the spirit realm has the answer to the beginning to the end. And us that's here, we as the flesh on the earth, I think that we have information here, we have information there, we have information here, and I always thought when okay when they start talking good, oh man, it's gonna go all the way to the end. But where it fall off for me is when it get to the middle, they tend to have a different understanding. He did really good with Genesis. I mean, like really good with Genesis 3 and 15. He was able to see that that was the division of the serpent seed and the spiritual seed. But what he did is, and he broke it down pretty good, just like Sister Deborah can see it. But when it got to the serpent seed, he gave that power and that glory to the serpent without understanding one powerful thing. And anybody in the live chat, would you happen to know what was the power? If he did good though, he did good. But when he got in the middle, he broke it down, and it took him about an hour and a half. But he broke it down. But when he got in the middle of it, he began to separate the serpent seed from the woman seed in a way that it was the serpent who created those that are of the serpent seed. So he was really pretty much saying that Yah only created the spiritual seeds, okay? And Satan, he was over, and in a sense, he was saying created the serpent seeds. He said everything that's on the earth is not spiritual, nor is it human. Yes. So what as I began to listen to him, he sounded so good because he was mastering it in a way that I understood that okay, he was putting the intimacy between the woman seed and the serpent seed. So he was giving the woman seed to be those that are the spiritual seed. So he was pretty much getting it, and he was giving it to Eve, who had the seed of Yeshua HaMashiach. But see, what people did not know was this: the seeds were created before on the earth, before the Yeshua, Yeshua was born. Why you say that? Because everything was done from the kingdom level. We just playing down here. Earth, I mean, the heavens has already had orchestrated it. So therefore, the lamb was slaughtered before. So what Yeshua came down here to do was the work of what the Father had ordered already. So you see what I'm saying? So if the Father had ordered the Messiah to come, he also ordered that the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, be slain before the foundation of the world. And for him to be slain before the foundation of the world and pull up with the Lamb book of life, somewhere along the line, everything was finished. You get what I'm saying? Everything was finished before it came down to the earth. Likewise with the serpent. When he said that, all that was going through my head was, I created all things for myself. Then he'll tell you, I created all things for my name's sake. He lets you know there ain't nothing created that was created by anyone outside of himself. And Yeshua step into that too. He would definitely step into it and let you know. The Father created, my Father. He did this. My Father created. So I do know Yeshua, he's firm on that as well, because he knows that even the mission in which he came was already slaughtered and predestined from the kingdom level. But this young man was thinking that Satan created his own seeds. No, baby. Who was giving him the seeds? Who was giving him that type of order? Genesis 3:15. See, he failed to realize, if the Father is saying that you're going to have your seeds and I'm going to have my seeds, and I, the Creator, is going to put a division between the both. Okay? He even told you one going to bruise the head, your head, and you're going to bruise the heel of mine. Come on. It's time to rumble. That's what it was all about, y'all. It was time to rumble. Okay? So what happened? With this young guy, he said it really good, but when he got to the middle of it and to almost to the, I ain't gonna say to the end because I didn't listen to all of it. I know this just don't sound right, but y'all, once I see it going to a crooked, how would I say, a crooked road, I pull out. I won't listen. Once I see it falls off the bridge, Sister Deborah, scoot out, because right then it tells me, okay, they ain't keeping up with the protocol. But I'm gonna give it to him. He nailed that Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15. And honestly, 99.9 can't nail Genesis 3 and 15. Just like they can't nail Yeshua, not Yeshua, the Most High Yah speaking to his power to create everything. And when you miss that, it's nothing you're going to catch on to on down the road, because you're missing the main brightness. That's why he said in the Gospel of John, chapter 1, in the beginning, y'all, in the beginning was and is and shall be, and it was with me in the beginning, in a sense letting you know that the word was what you heard in the beginning spoken. And then you miss who was creating it. I myself, with what? My power. Okay? So I'm just saying, it's just so much that draws me from a lot of things that y'all always hear me saying, I listened to this and I heard this here and I heard this, because I'm a person that do listen, y'all. Y'all might not know that, but I will listen to a person. But once I see them pull over to on a crooked road or jump off the bridge, I'm gone. You gonna jump off the bridge, I'm out. You see? So he started off really good. So today is about a time to talk. We're going to talk about topics that many of us want to discuss, but we don't know how to really break it down to find out what is really surrounding this. What is this really about? So I'm going to get topics from you all this evening, and I'm going to write them down, and I'm going to come back the next 7 days, starting tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about 1 or 2 topics per day. And what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the topics that might be on your mind or might be within you that you still battle with, that you still undecided about, that you can't see the light in it. Okay? So anybody in the live, if you have any topics that you think that we should cover, don't hesitate to pull it up. This is the time also that you are to talk. You can commune in the live chat, or you can ask questions. You can have answers. This is the time to talk. And that means for everybody, not Deborah, just Deborah, but us all. We're going to talk in this evening, and we're going to keep in mind now, we want to cover other topics, you guys. Let me tell you why. Today I waited and I waited and I waited. I was really waiting for the Father to give me something, and he did not. Okay, so I feel that I start not to come on live, but you know what, you guys, it's so much out there that we can talk about. It's no need of me not coming, because God hasn't given me anything to say at this time. So that's just like the cherry on top of something. But we got so many things that we can actually talk about and discuss. And I think it's so important that we do take out a time to where we can load up on a bunch of topics, then come back for 7 days and talk about all these different topics that everybody brought into a oneness. Okay. Because when I heard this young man, I'm like saying, now see, he trying to say it for what it is. And what goes on during that time is, and this is it, you guys. See, when we go into our study, we go alone. You see? And what I mean alone is it's nothing in us that says, okay, you're gonna show up and show out, Father God. You're gonna let me know. You're gonna let me know what I need to know about this. So it's almost like you're tarrying, you're waiting for him to step into what you're studying. You see, you step into what you're reading. But 99.9 believe they can go into any book, justify, clarify, and identify exactly the beginning and the end of everything that has happened on the earth, everything that's going to take place, and everything that is before us today. But they have not the true teacher. They're not sitting at the table with the Ruach HaKodesh. You see what I'm saying? They're not waiting, tarrying. With me today, y'all, I was waiting for him to give me something, because I know without a doubt I'm at a different level. And that type of level has the answer to many things. Okay. But I want him to be the one that put it in me. And then, because I'm gonna tell y'all, I cannot seem to give it to you like he gave it to me. Ooh, it's a different. I'll be trying to get it out like he gave it to me, but it seems just so hard, and I don't know why. I'll be wanting to bring it forth like he put it in me, and he does it quick and fast. But me, I'm sitting here battling with it, trying to get it like. And the thing I think is, I'm wanting you all to feel like I felt when he gave it to me. I think that's really the issue. I'm wanting you all to feel it like I feel when he gave it to me. So I guess that's just the issue Sister Deborah have. Now, do we have any? Let's see. Someone says, is the dietary law for today still the same? Okay, I'm gonna go into that. The dietary law for today is still the same. Let's go. If you were right now today, and say for instance, you would like say 50 pounds overweight and you want to go on a diet. And on that diet, you want to only eat certain things so that you can do what? Lose weight. And another thing you wanted from it is to eat healthy. Okay. And start losing weight and eating healthy. So you say, okay, I got 50 pounds to lose. Okay. I'm going to start my diet today. Okay. So you take today and say, you're going to put on a calendar, I'm going to start my diet today, and I'm going to end this diet 6 months from now, hoping to succeed in the plan of my diet. Okay. That I lose 50 pounds plus I'll be eating healthy. Okay. When we talk about a dietary law, what we first have to understand is, if we're not eating spirit and truth for the spirit diet, what make us be so empowered in the diet of the flesh versus the diet of the spirit? The diet for the flesh is for the outer man. But there is a diet in the spirit that we don't even go near. There is a diet that the Father has for us in the spirit. That's why 99.9 anorexia in the spirit. So if we have and we chases in our flesh dietary law, we're chasing after what? That which is in the spirit or that which is in the flesh? That should answer your question. That which is in the spirit or that which is in the flesh? That should answer your question. You really believe the dietary law does something for Yah. What can your diet, you keeping the dietary law, what glory, what honor, how do Yah get exalted? How do he get glorified? How do he get edified? How do you praise him through your dietary law or through the dietary law? You get what I'm saying? See, we are being in this thing with this heavy load of tradition to where we can't pull away from the things of the flesh and the order and the law of the flesh in which we were told in the days in our past time in Torah. Y'all know and knew them people in Torah couldn't keep nothing. He knew that. That's why we were we at. They couldn't keep commandments. They couldn't keep law. They couldn't keep dietary law. They couldn't keep anything. So that's where you're at today. So what do we need to do? Let's try going on the diet of the spirit and eat the food of spirit and truth. Try that diet. Try that diet and that law. Is it a law? Yes, it's a law of Yah within him. Yeshua spoke of it. He said, a time shall come, and the time is now, that those who worship him shall worship him in spirit and in truth. There go your dietary law. How about that? But see, we don't see it like that, because it's something in us that tells us it's more important to focus on the outer man than the inner man. Now, let me show you what Yah was doing when he offered them the dietary law. Yah is the creator of all things. He created all himself. Not man, not Satan. I created all things for myself. But what he did is he knew that, okay, I created this for this, and I created this for this, and I created this for this, and I created this for this. So he poured up to a people that he chose. He said, hold up, don't eat everything, because I didn't create everything for you to eat. Praise the mighty Yah. He said, I didn't create everything for you to eat. So don't eat everything. Now you tell me that ain't beautiful. You tell me that it's not beautiful for him to say, hold up, Torah, don't go eating everything. I'm the creator of everything on the face of the earth. And when I created it for myself. And for myself is for the purpose of everything else that's on the earth that I created myself. So can't nobody tell me what is good and what is not but me. So I come to you in Torah to teach you a law that would require a dietary. That's what they called it. But I'm sure he called it something else. And all he was saying, okay, now, hey, I didn't create this for your body. Woo, Father Yah. See how just he is? He's willing to tell you, I created everything. But this right here, I didn't create that for your body. So don't eat it. That's how simple it is. That's how simple it is. But it ain't going to send you to hell. Why? Because heaven has already listed everybody where they're going and where they come from. That means before you even took on a dietary law, You were already written in for your eternal life. Man plays this game on us to make us be in their captivity, in their captivity of their study and their belief and their church and their group. But you got to learn right now. You got to bust out all of that, because it's time to run free. Not in all these different denomination, religions, cults, and laws that they trying to keep tradition. How you gonna keep the tradition of the flesh? And you cannot teach spirit and truth of the spirit. That's the food for the spirit. But you gonna give the food for the flesh a choice. And it's important that you don't eat this and you don't eat this and you don't eat this. But wait a minute, that's for your flesh. Where the flesh going? Once it keep the dietary law, where is it going afterward? Oh, where is the flesh going? So if you think for 1 minute he's caught up from the floor up about a dietary law, we done missed it by a long shot. What he was telling them, look, I created everything. Don't eat this. Why? Because he knew they would. Don't eat this. Why? Because he knew they would. But what else did he know? That I didn't create this for your mouth. I didn't create this for your body, your tummy. So don't eat it. That's how simple that is. That's how simple it is. And yes, let's take that with everything, you guys. Look at all this stuff that everybody taking in that has nothing to do with the dietary law. Ain't nobody question, is that a diet? Or is that in order? Why? Because it's still satisfying the what? The flesh. It's still satisfying the flesh. I can sit on a mountaintop today for 109 days proclaiming everything that they're feeding us is destroying our insides. Not one would pull up and pull away. You get what I'm saying? So we want to know Yah for who he is, not who we were told he is, but for who he is. How do we get to know that? It's when he deal with us one-on-one. He come in you and he teach you, he show you, he break that thing down, he break it up, he break it down, he build it up, he'll tear it down. He'll bury that bad boy if he have to. Because he knew that they would eat the things that he did not create for them. Give you an example. Adam and Eve. Don't eat. Did they not eat? And it wasn't that they, watch this here. It wasn't that they eat as the mouth. They did something greater than taking it in the mouth. They took it here. So they took of what he told them not to. Hey, wait a minute. Hold up, Deborah. You going a little deep there, because that was in the beginning. Oh, so you think they would have kept the dietary law? Oh, see, sin don't keep nothing. It don't keep no order. It don't keep no law. It don't keep no commandment. It don't keep righteous. It don't keep just. It don't keep upright. No. What do you think? It's on this earth. It's loaded with sin. And it ain't about to keep nothing. So when we say that, I want you to understand, whatever you eat, it's not a heaven and hell tunnel you go through because you ate it. We speaking of food. Because if that's the case, Father, I got a question for you. If we got to be on a dietary law for our flesh, what kind of law you put the elites on when they poisoning us with everything we eat? Come on with it. Pull up. You didn't stop them from putting all this stuff in our toothpaste, in our Listerine, plastic in our oils. Not, oh man, I can go so deep, but I better watch it. I remember when I first saw a fake chicken breast. And the nurses said, "When Deborah, tell us now, why you looking at us like that? You trying to tell us not to buy?" I said, "Yeah, I'm telling you that. I was a chef at a hospital, a wealthy hospital where all the rich people go to. Them nurses who've been working there 20 and 30 years, when they come into my line, they be like, tell us now, is it real? Is it real?" And I'm like saying to myself, I didn't think I would live to see this day. Well, food ain't gonna be food. Wait a minute, hold on, Father, y'all. What law you got on them? Since you got us on the dietary law, what law is on them? Come on, somebody talk to me. You see? And you talk about a dietary law when they poisoning you since you came out of your mother's womb with the milk they even developed for you to drink outside of your mother's breast milk. And she ain't got it good either, because the stuff they feed her to eat and the pills they give her to take. So if y'all want to talk about a dietary law, I think it's nothing wrong with a dietary law. I really don't. Because if it's something that he says we shouldn't eat, just don't eat it, because it's a reason behind it. He created that bad boy. He know what we can and cannot. He know what is good and what is not good for us, even though we don't even want to know. We want to eat what we want to eat anyway. He didn't create sugar for us to eat. That's man-made, but we tear it up. He didn't create the salt out of the ocean, but they giving us a man-made salt. We ain't saying nothing about that. We ain't saying nothing about nothing. Pull down and start measuring things in the way of the flesh and in the way of the spirit, because the dietary law stands for the flesh. It cannot reign in the spirit. It can't be, say if the dietary law is here and the spiritual dietary law is here, guess what? They'll never see each other, ever, ever, ever. That's how far from that. And what it's saying is, don't be bent up and bent down. Put this thing in the proper order. Put spirit in spirit and flesh in flesh. If the dietary law is about the flesh, what does it do to the Most High Yah? If it ain't getting my Father no honor, no glory, and no magnifying and glorifying him, then what is it doing? It's for the flesh. And what's about the flesh? What did I tell you yesterday? We all the same. You can be on the dietary law and I can be eating pig and everything else. Guess what we do? Both our flesh going the same place, baby. Do you think he gonna weigh your dietary law back in the kingdom? No, he ain't. Because he knew the dietary law is for the flesh, because he didn't want you to be sick while you living. So I didn't create that for you to eat. So if you eat, it's gonna make you sick. That's all he was saying. Make him simple as he is and as he was and as he gonna be. But it ain't gonna seem simple in the end days, because everybody gonna be blaming him for the heartache and the sorrow. But it ain't nothing wrong with getting spirit and truth now, so that you'll know how to handle it when you're taking off running. Okay? Now, that is what I was explaining to y'all when he dropped the bombshell. It's because he wanted me. It's almost knocking me in the head with a hammer. You knew this, but let me drop this on you. The war, Deborah, is being fought in the spirit realm. So what can a dietary law do in the spirit realm? Zip, nothing. It can't support it. It can't magnify your Father. It can't glorify your Father. It can't do nothing. But what it can do, it can support you while you living, so you won't be sick. That's the whole idea. He created everything for himself. In that process, he also created you, and he said, I don't want you to get sick, so don't eat the stuff that I did not create for your body. That's all he's saying. Make it simple. He ain't coming down here to try to measure us on the things of the flesh. Because what? He said one is no different than the other. Why do you think my brother Solomon got frustrated? Solomon got so frustrated, he said, well, you devil, ain't nothing new under the sun. All this stuff is vain and back. That's all I've been trying to tell you. And especially in the last 4 or 5 videos. That's what he was saying. Everybody's the same. I can go on a dietary law for say 50 years, and one can just be eating any and everything, pig, everything you can get. But guess what? Where's that flesh going? Where's the both of our flesh going? To the grave. So he said we can put that much emphasis on our spirit being as we do on our flesh to find out what is right for our flesh. If we can just put that much emphasis on our spirit, it'll take you a mighty long ways. I hope you understood that. Okay, you said it's hard for you to listen to church folks these days, and I don't know if that's a good for me. I guess that's why the Most High Yah allowed me to have a dog as my friend. Oh, wow. Wow. A dog, Yah would never give us an animal that he called. And listen to what it said. Yah called, and you can only imagine if he's the creator of it, a blood licker, a flesh eater. Yah has never developed an animal. That's our mentality. We put these animals and made them human, and you will be judged. You will be judged. You will and shall be judged. That's one thing this country did. That's one thing they did. They put animals above people. Anytime you can see people out on the streets with a place to not go and no food to eat, and you choose a blood licker, flesh eater that Yah created to be outside hunting for his food, and the world then turned it in the dogs to angels, and we bypass those that's out on the streets. That's where your heart is at, baby, and you have no idea. And that is not of Yah. Yah will not give us a beast instead of a human. People used to ask me, and they still ask me. I told them that's one reason I used to be, when I was a young girl, I used to love dogs. But I didn't want dogs to be nothing but dogs. I didn't want them in the house as a little girl. I didn't want them in my bed. I would stand out and try to build a dog house for the dog. I don't care if it's 60 below zero. I felt that an animal need to be where Yah created him. Not for the inside, but for the outside. But humans have made the dogs more important than humans. More important than humans. And that has no connection to Yah. So you can put your dog wherever your heart is at. Yah gonna measure you there. Why would Yah want you in the kingdom when you didn't see humans fit to be humans? Because that's what he put among you. But a dog, Yah don't stoop that low. So please don't tell nobody that Yah gave you a dog. Because that's what I feel a lot of the Europeans have been doing all this time. They'll treat you like a dog that Yah created outside. And then take the dog and bring them inside. They got dental, they got health care, they got all of this. And then when Sister Deborah say donate, then I'm the enemy. That Yah is not caught up in all of that. We are so caught up in ourselves, our feelings. And you know what it is? It's our flesh. We serve our flesh so much that we can't see spiritual things. We can't see that Yah don't have to step into our fleshly desires, our fleshly feelings, our fleshly mood swings, our fleshly everything, because he's not going to. But I tell you one thing, he will. He's going to check you at the kingdom. And matter of fact, when he checked you, he going to already know where you're to go, because he ain't going to have people treating animals better than humans that holds his breath. Just because the world designed that to mess with your mind, that's on you. Y'all ain't got nothing to do with that. Like with me, let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't know. With an animal, a cat or a dog. My son in Texas, he had a beast. Oh, I love that beast. And beast will tear anybody up. But when that beast came to me, that was a different story. That dog ain't never come after me, but he came after my son, which is his owner. Oh, he came after my other son, tore him up. I had to take him to the hospital. But when it came down to me, beast didn't. If I was there, beast buckled up. And that's with every dog that I have even had and been around me. Cats, same way. I don't give them no leeway that I'm afraid of them, but I make sure I treat them like they animals and not human. You are not, if you want, Ice want to come in the house. Okay, you want to come in the house? Here go a rug. Get over there to your rug. So he don't have no problem. He out of my way. You ain't coming on my couch. You ain't coming on my rug in front of my couch. You ain't coming nowhere. A dog ain't got no business being. You really ain't got no business being in the house. But you know, every now and then, I might give you 5 minutes in the house. Outside of that, I got a large, a lower level basement, and his cage, which he think is his hotel. That's where he stay. I'm not finna put no animal. If I can't get out there and do for somebody less fortunate and bring them in here, what do it look like me housing animals that is called flesh eaters and blood lickers? No way. No way. I don't care what somebody's dog is to them. Salute you in it, with it. Good luck. Okay? Okay. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. Good. Actually, I said that. Okay, but see the thing about it, watch this here. It says, go back to the beginning of the chat. The beginning of the chat was that we're going to talk about topics, and anybody got topics. Sister going to do her study, and we're going to come back for 7 days, and we're going to talk about the studies, and we're going to break them down. It is open for everybody to speak and to talk. But if it's open just to speak and no one respond, it's vain and it's vexed. Okay. So what I'm understanding is I hit a niche on the road. But see, you got to understand, let's go back to the chat, to the beginning. The topics, I said someone can answer it, or somebody can speak on a topic, and someone might have the answer. This is time for us to talk, okay? But it ain't time for us to say something and everybody's supposed to praise what one is saying, especially when somebody say my father gave them a dog over a human. No, ma'am, this bad sister here gonna step in, because see, like I said, y'all don't know me. All my life as a little kid, I wanted to take care of the homeless, the fatherless in the orphanage. And I dealt with that bad boy to that time. We had that bad crash when my 2 kids had to be flown away to Children's Hospital. The father told me that same evening while I was in the hospital. He said, you know how you always thought you wanted to take care of it? He said, that's a good feeling to have, but it can never be. And I thought, all those years, me sitting up in the TV watching those little kids sick, dying, just hungry. It's no way I would step in the realm of what today is and make somebody think that Yah gave them a dog over a human being. I'm sorry, baby. Not tonight. Okay? Not tonight. So if Yah gave you a dog, good luck with it. But because I see what I see. Let me tell you what I see. The dogs have it better than the immigrants. The immigrants have it better than the melanated people. You see what I'm saying? But is any of it out of order? All of it's out of order. So why should we sit and agree with it? I don't agree with they giving to the migrants. I don't agree with it at all. I stand on any type of Empire State Building and say that. And anywhere I go, I see it. Same way, it's the same thing. Here we go. We got migrants. Then here it is. We got Hebrew Israelites. I say Hebrew, but melanated people. Yeah, humans is being done wrong, but animals, this world put on high. No, this thing ever, as long as I live, would go for that. No. I have a pit bull, and I'm going to keep him being what he is, but I will never put him above a human being or think that y'all gave him to me over me being out there and doing for someone else or another human. Those are things y'all will master. A lot of people don't think so. They think because that's how the world have told us. The whole world then told us our animals is more important than human. And we salute that bad boy every way we can. We good with it. So when it come up in the chat that y'all gave me an animal over a human to be my friend, because we got to keep him out. You have to learn to keep y'all out of it. You could just say, okay, I have a dog. He's my best friend. Bam! But when we say y'all gave us, oh, no. I'm sorry. That's who I'm called for. That's when I have to step in. Okay? Because y'all ain't gave nobody a dog to override doing for a human. I have issues just seeing people just walking and wanting this one lady. She had a baby on the corner. And I'm like, wait a minute, you got that? Oh, no. And you know what? You know how you don't have nothing cash? So happened I saw I had a 20. And when she received it, it was like her little eyes just lit up. But to me, I'm looking at it, oh, that baby and her out here. And they out here collecting dogs, giving them housing and nurse and health care. Dogs! No. Let me get off of that topic, y'all. Let's go somewhere else. Yeah, see, that's good though. That's very good what you're saying. You see, he's an alert and he's a protection. That's good. But you know what you said at first? Y'all gave it to you. You see, as if it was the will of the Father that you have a dog over human. You should go back to see what you said. See, that's why I said mine is a protector, because everybody didn't come back here and say that. That's what you call what they say, security. That's what they say. That's what because my little pit boy, he don't even like to bark because his own bark scares him. That's how loud it is. His own barking scares him. That's why when y'all hear me in here, if you see how small he is, you'll wonder, how could he have a big sound and he's so small? He's a protector. Oh, yes. As far as people, somebody coming to the doors and all that, yeah, I can give all that to a dog. But I ain't going to lie no animal like the world has taken these animals and made them better than humans. That's why you see so many people out on the streets, because the whole earth is off course. The whole earth is off course. This world in United States went and got immigrants and brought them over here and doing them better than the people that's still in this country. That's what you call out of order, baby. So when you said that, I was thinking of, no, don't ever think of dog, because I already know that having the dogs today are out of 100% order in our lives. They're out of order because we can't treat humans right, but we can treat an animal right. It's out of order. And then when I saw a lot of, and this was like a couple of months ago, and I was wondering, I said, is it because it's over here on my channel? I'm looking. Why do they have several people? They got them locked up. They were Europeans, but they locked them up because they got so bad. They was taking pictures and videos and letting people see them with them trying to have sex with animals. So I knew that when I stayed in Georgia 20-some years ago. I knew that because I worked for a cleaning, a laundromat / cleaning service, and they bring in there all this expensive quilt and all this. What you got? Oh, my dog, he did it. My dog. No. Okay. Woo-wee. So when I see Sister Deborah, why do I have a dog? I have a dog because my sister didn't let her daughter keep the dog. She got the dog at 2 weeks. It was a pit bull, pure blood pit bull. So my son from Texas said, Mom, she can't have the dog. You think you can do something with it? I said, now, I'm not sitting here finna take care of her dog until she, and guess what they wanted to do? They wanted to breed the dog, but they wanted me to raise the dog. And whenever they want to take it to the person so they can breed it, so they can make money, then they bring it back here to me. And that's when me and my son fell out. And the daughter, I told her she can come pick up her dog if she wanted. She said, Auntie, my mama ain't even let me have it. So it's no need me even coming to even get it. You can have them. So I told her that I wouldn't use him for breeding, because once they get a little taste and they're male, they whole self switch over. Okay, now they become it throws that aggressiveness in them. So the reason why I have it is not because I wanted it, but my son had asked me if I would take it because she couldn't have it. So I asked my son, why don't you take it? And he was saying he stayed in an apartment in Texas, and they wouldn't let him have two. He already have one, and that's a pet. You know, a lot of places in a lot of these states don't allow you to have a pet bull. Okay, so I took the dog, and I had the dog since then. But you ain't gonna have that dog up in my house, up in my bedroom. You ain't gonna see me taking him to the doctor for his teeth and getting his teeth all brushed and him washing. You want to make animals, you want to make humans animal, go right ahead. It also measure who you are here, because it wasn't that he wanted you as a human to be about the animals. He said when he made those animals, he took them to Adam and he said, you name them. He didn't say claim them as human. That's where he says the whole world is off course, because they had flipped it. And in our minds now, where dogs is where we want it to be. And it's out of the order. Right now, today, something happened to you, that dog would actually, most likely, 4 or 5 days, nobody to take care of it, nobody to feed it. It would have to eat off of you if you're laying in that place, because that's what it's created to do. It's a blood licker and a flesh eater. And that's what all I've been hearing. That's what everybody, even my neighbor said, Miss Deborah, you shouldn't have that dog. Them dogs turn on you. That's what they all say. Everybody tells me that. Everybody. But that dog will tell you, if he can talk, that lady treat me like a dog. I'm not putting the put, and that's why he says the whole earth is off course. And what course is that? The way I designed everything, they didn't took it out of the design. Let me say an example. Say, for instance, my pit bull been with me for 10 years. If someone come to do something to me or kidnap, he probably go the opposite way. Not only that, they sense of smell is no longer there. They can't even eat grass. They can't even eat trees and plants. Or they don't eat none of that. Why? Because we think that we should feed them what we eat. But then somebody down the street say, give me $1, we'll turn our head and snap the heart. I say this here. I am thankful that the Father is measuring the heart of man, because the heart that you are in your flesh is the heart that you are in your spirit. You see? Okay. So you have a pet too. When that's what they do too. That's what someone was telling me, because he had tore his own, you get him his little thing he sleep in, the little cushion, he tore it up. But did you think I got another one? Oh, you sleep on that concrete now. He content. He is so content. Now he's 6 years old. Oh, all right. bringing immigrants here, giving them all their heart desire. And did you know a lot of them is from prisons and from places uh, that they weren't going to get out of? That was a part of the plan to fulfill Revelation 18. So even when I see them doing that, I kind of hate it, because I think we as a people will be the first one they're going to come after to start warring with. It's going to be us. And if it backfire, then it will backfire. But I think we're the people that they're coming to bring down first and foremost. As far as when he said kingdom against kingdom, flesh against, not kingdom against kingdom, and nation against nation. Okay. Yep. But I think that because we not look the way of the light, and it's easy to say that we are of the light, but it's the action of us that tells who we really are. And I believe the immigrants that they are bringing over here, I want so bad to say that they shouldn't have did that, which I say that, but when I look at what the prophecies are saying, these things need be. The measurement of how we conduct ourselves in the flesh shows us who our spirit man really is. And what I believe the world has done, without a doubt, we done made everything right in our flesh. We ain't thinking about the spirit. You might as well hang that up. We done made everything right that's wrong in our flesh, and what's wrong we made right. Okay, to where we don't know the difference between the two. We really don't. And the moment it come before you, it's hard for you to deal with, because you're feeling wrong, but you don't understand. Someone is pointing out something that's very important. Let me say the example. The immigrants, I don't know if y'all remember, Donald Trump was talking about building all those, I don't know if y'all remember this, all those apartments that he was talking about, building them new buildings and everything. I don't know if y'all even heard about TD Jakes during that pandemic. They had given him a big lump sum of money, and so he could try to start on the project, to not like on a project of taking money and having many places to living spaces built. All of that was because they knew they were bringing in the immigrants. Okay, Donald Trump had a hand in it. TD Jakes had a hand in it. A lot of people had a hand in it. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if we look at humans, and which is immigrants that they brought over here, with me, I see them as human. Okay, that's being used, okay, to go up against human. That's how I see it. And I in the spirit realm, I can definitely see how the whole world, earth, is off course, out of order. Because what we do is we make the things in our flesh to be right. And we didn't made it right so long we can't see wrong. You see? But that's fine and dandy too. So when I see these immigrants, now watch this. If it's prophesied, then what do I see? I see the elites doing the wicked work, but the prophecy need thee. To complete the whole prophecy, they had to get over here, because he said they were coming in Revelation 18. It tells you just clean. And I have not heard no one preached it, teach it. I have not heard a Hebrew Israelite cover it. You don't hear nobody saying nothing. But what they will say, and this is going back to what I was saying in the beginning, people make right wrong and right wrong right. And the moment it's brought up in any shape, form, or fashion, it's going to be exactly what it said. Wrong going to be right, and right going to be wrong. And what did he say? Because I tell you the truth, you hate me. Every disciple that lost their lives, it wasn't that they did anything to this multitude of people. Yah sent them in the midst. It's because they were saying something right. So if you don't understand in this day and time, right is wrong and wrong is right. So you can't, if you don't stick with wrong, okay, you're not going to be seen as nothing but wrong if you don't stick with wrong. See, and that's the way it is. It is what it is, and I don't care what corner we turn in. Okay. In Canada, where I live, you can't have pit bulls. And that's a lot of places. Or guns, wow. But that's a lot of places here in my state. And and in Texas too. And in Texas, you can have guns. But even when I was in Georgia, some places just don't have pit bulls at all. And my neighbor always tell me, she said, Miss Deborah, I don't know why you got that dog. That dog will turn on you. And you know what? I would take her word. I will. And that's why I don't give that dog no leeway to think that, that I'm afraid of him. But to me, the way he treat me is with a lot of respect. A lot of respect. This dog treat me with a lot of respect. And that means a respect of an owner, his master, to him. You see? Not the respect that he's going to be in my bed and I'm no. When I took him to the vet to get his shots, if you all could see how that dog was looking at me, he was looking at me saying, you're not going to let them hurt me. And I'm sitting here reading this dog. I said, Ice, you're going to be okay. He said, you're not going to let them hurt me. And when he pulled his ears back and his eyes up and his nose pointing at me like this here, that's trusting me to protect him. You see? So when she came in, she said, look at him. He understands you, don't he? I said, yes, he does. And she said, he said to you to protect him. I said, so you know. You know what he's saying, do? She said, yeah. That's what he was saying. But like they said, you don't know them because they can turn on you. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen owners, not seen it, but I've heard about it. But then a lot of the owners also be doing some things to them too, y'all. A lot of the owners be doing things to a lot of these, animals. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Without a doubt. But that's going back to what he was saying. The whole earth is off course. That means they out of order. What's good is bad, and what's bad is good. You see? And so you know what you're saying? It's actually how all those prophets and the disciples got killed. That's how they got killed. Murdered. Not because they were saying something bad. Their good was hurting feeling. Their good was something that hurt people's feeling. Why? Because Yah sent them in. They didn't send themselves. Yes. That's what I say too, over and over and over. Now, I'm going to tell y'all for real now, I'll be trying to get somebody to get them though. I really do. You know why? Because I look at it as, and I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I said at the beginning. Not at the beginning of this video, but in between it. I cannot find myself treating this animal so special. I don't treat them special, but I can't see myself as one that's going to treat him the way the world treats their animals. I see it. Do you all understand it? They build parts for dogs to crap in. The moment that dog crap, they go pick the humans, go pick up their mess that they crap and put it in the bag. What isn't the part for them to crap in? Gone. Beautiful parts. I don't know if it's in your state or in your country, where you at, but in this one, if I took y'all to the parks that they built for dogs to go in, and you see the owners with their little bags waiting for the dog to crap in the park so they can put it in the bag. How did this animal get a park and the children don't have a park to go to no more? See, people don't get where I'm coming from, because they missing something somewhere. You see, they missing something somewhere. See, I'm going deep. And this is not something, the reason why I'm heavy on it, you guys, it's so rooted in me. It is so rooted in me. When they threw Jezebel, what's her name? Jezebel over out the window, who ate her up? Who ate her tail? Dogs. Eating human. Right by the castle. Dogs ate her tail. That's what they were created for. So when people think, oh, the pit bulls or this and that, no, baby. You out of order. That's what they were created to do. Humans take everything. And we as African, I ain't gonna say African Americans, we as melanated people, you'll think we've been and learned something 400 years of order. What is wrong? But we have not. Nowhere clear. We go the way of this country and the order, and we don't understand how rooted our heart and our mind really is toward the ways of this world. Until somebody says something that caused my back to bend. You see, you don't even know. So what I do, I have put him in twice, an ad for someone to come pick him up. Okay. And then the first time, this one guy kept saying he coming, he never did show up. And the same thing with this lady and her husband. They said they want him, but they never did show up. So I said, okay, well, maybe this is just for me to just keep him. You see, he hasn't done anything bad. He hasn't done anything wrong. And another thing, he highly respects me. And I think that's a really good thing. I think it's a really good thing. But only thing about this dog is he's what I figure it out. He's high end. He's a high end. His father, and it had to been his mother too. Then, I had to been some sort of Afro dog or Afro or whatever, because this dog won't eat dog food. He would die before he'll eat anything. He would die before he eat anything. So I beat him at his punches. I gave him liver. You know, liver is one of the cheapest things you can buy. And the vet, she said, ma'am, do you know how good that is for a dog? I said to myself, you just don't know. The Holy Spirit speaks to me all kind of ways. I'm saying this to myself. While she's telling me, I told her what I feed him. She couldn't believe it. She said, people don't even know about that. But that is the best stuff you can feed. I know it. The Spirit told me, show me. Because you know what I was going to do? Let him starve to death. I sure would have. Ask my son that's in there. He'll tell you, my mama would have let that dog starve. I sure would have. I don't play. I put things in the in the order in which I feel that the Ruach is telling me to put it in order and keep it there. Okay. So much for dogs. Let's go on to something else. Yeah, they're very great guard dogs. Yep, real alert. Mm-hmm. And see, even a guard dog, that's a good thing to say about them. You see what I'm saying? Because that's something that they were created to do or to be, you know. But outside of that, Oh, they do? Oh, that's so sweet. See, that's probably a good dog. And it knows it is a dog. You see what I'm saying? And they know that it knows it is a dog. That's all I'm saying. But to be, I'm not gonna put it over no human. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna do that. So I was saying earlier we had a topic about the guy was talking about um Genesis 3 and 15. And if we had other topics we could talk about, okay? Uh we need to make sure that we understand the difference in what is flesh versus what is spirit, because tomorrow I'm going to bring forth verses to show you all. I'm gonna climb on top of them though, what Yah says about the flesh and how he deals with the flesh. Now let's set that in the same. It's just coming to me. Let's say that as well. If Yah deals not, now hear me now, he don't even want to deal with our flesh. And that's one of the topics. Yah, I'm gonna put that down. And I'm going to get verses and stand on top of them to break them down why Yah don't deal with us flesh. Okay. He even let us know we can't even worship him. Now watch this here, in the flesh. So you mean to tell me, Father Yah, if I get down on my knees and start praising and worshiping you, you mean to tell me I'm not going to uh, 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 get to you? I can't say nothing to you. You can't, Deborah. You got to come the spirit route. So you see how many people missing it? You see how many people are missing even in this day and time, because they're thinking that you can commune with Yah in the flesh. You know, it was back in the days. Back in the days, they used to tell people, "Y'all don't listen to a sinner." Ooh, when they used to say that, the church, the pastor used to teach that. Y'all don't hear the prayers of a sinner. I don't know why they used to tell people that, but they did. They used to preach that thing. Y'all does not hear the prayers of a sinner. And y'all don't know how many people that did a lot. A lot of people was totally against that whole idea. But just think, let's deal with the flesh then. I'm going to let that be one of my topics, and how Yah it's not what you call it, geared to the ways of our flesh or our flesh itself, because he's letting you know, I have a problem, Deborah, with your flesh. It don't want to do what I tell it to do. You see? So Yah knows, he knows what's best for us. He knows that if he created flesh and he has an issue with us in the flesh. Oh, we know you didn't go there, Deborah. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? To the point where he said, I'm sending the flesh one place and the spirit coming another. The flesh is already destined for its place of eternal, the flesh. But that bad boy ain't coming up to the kingdom. Flesh ain't coming to the kingdom, Deborah. So just imagine how y'all feel about our flesh. Just imagine how Yah feels about our flesh. Just think of that. And that's what my topic going to be tomorrow. I'm going to focus on that flesh. I'm going to make that one of the topics so you all can hear what Yah has to say about the flesh that he don't deal with. So if he don't deal with your flesh, what makes you think it's okay for us to take animals and make them so important to our flesh when Yah ain't gonna deal with our flesh itself? We have to understand we must learn to put things the best that we know how, just the best that we know how, in the right perspective. If he's telling me I'm dropping this bomb on you because, see, I want you to know what day we in. Keep in mind, the war is still going on. So don't manipulate people that the war is what they see. Let them know the war is where I said it is, and it was, and it's going to be. So, but we ourselves in the flesh is even our own greatest enemy. We think everything we do in our flesh is all good and well. And all of it is an enemy to the Most High Yah. You see? Because our flesh is what goes up against Yah. Our flesh goes up against Yah. It tells you that. And I'm going to add that into the flesh so you can understand. And it's going to throw a lot of people off, because a lot of people really believe that Yah bow down to, in a sense, he got to accept our flesh. Oh, our flesh is this, our flesh is that. He got to know me like this and know me like this. No. You got it messed up, baby. You got to understand the Creator is a spirit. He's not flesh. He already took the flesh from the ground where he have already assigned the flesh. That's why he said we all the same. We all gonna come. We come from the ground, and the ground we go. That's why he says there's really no difference. We all sin. So our differences is in our spirit, and how the ways of our spirit spills over to our flesh. You see? The young man that was teaching the spiritual seed and the serpent seed, he had it all nailed until he could not figure out who created the serpent seed. He finished it, I'm sure, but he said Satan did. Satan created the serpent, his own seeds. Yah said, I created all things for myself, even the evil and wicked in evil for the days of evil. But we don't want to accept, we don't accept that. We can't accept that. Just like the immigrants, the migrants coming over, we can't accept Revelation 18 telling us that that's what's going to happen. Telling us that we're going to be fighting nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Nobody want to accept all of that. Nobody don't want no part in accepting it, embracing it. No one wants to have anything to do with it. They don't want no part in it. So they want, he come telling me today about Noah. He said the main thing it wasn't the ark, it wasn't the flood, it was the people, Deborah. It was the people. What happened? They didn't want to accept what? Truth. People don't understand. If truth don't set you free, nothing will. Nothing will. It's being able to see it in the light, not in the darkness, because there's a truth in the darkness. And that's why the broad gate is so broad. And then y'all hear about where it's mentioned hell was enlarging. That's the purpose. Because too many going there, but I had to enlarge it. And what he mean is it's so many going in there willingly because they already assigned. They going like it's a place to party. And it's okay. So I'm going to cover any other topics. No, it don't. He don't. But he's like our flesh, really, in a lot of ways. A lot of times what it takes our flesh is the Holy Spirit. When the Holy Spirit come into us and live in us, it teaches our flesh a way. It teaches our flesh the way of truth. Now, how do we do it? Through our spirit. He comes in. This is our spirit. This is Yah. Your spirit abide in ours, and we become one. Our spirit under here teaches our flesh to do the things that your spirit is leading us to do. You see? Now, do we, our flesh on the outside, still do wrong? Yes. It ain't going to do the wrong that it once used to or it did in time past, but it's going to do some wrong. He said, I'm going to hold you blameless. Why? Because I'm in there with you. I'm in your spirit, and you in mine. We are one in this. But when it come down to us in the flesh, we're all human. We're all human. We're all going to hit that grave. You see? Dirt we come, dirt we shall return. That's what he means when he says we're no difference. If that's what he's meaning in that area, we're no difference. And if you ever read Ecclesiastes, that's a really good book, y'all. Oh, it is so good. And hear Solomon, you're wondering, Solomon, I hear you, baby. You sounding good here, but then you start, then you see why. I understand exactly where he's coming from. I could truly say that truly Solomon is and was and still is my brother. Because I understand everything he was saying. Everything he was saying. He had received something that Yah gave him a mission to receive. And the things that he wanted to know is really what you do down yonder. That's what Solomon wanted to know. Now, why would he ask for that? Because he had everything else. But still, he wanted to know what was about everything under the sun. So Yah gave him a little something. So now he's under the sun, and he learned all this here. He realized it, like I'm sitting here telling you right now. We're all going to the grave. We're really no different from one another. You know how we're different? It's the way we make ourselves different. One trying to make itself better than the other. One try to say it's good and the other one's bad. One want to say one less than a human and I'm human. One want to say they are right because they're white and you're wrong because you're black. You see? One want to say something against the other, and it's called hate when it all said and done. But Solomon, I sit back and I think about how I know you all knew that Solomon went and he dealt with the women of other nations. I can see why he did that. I can actually see why he did it, because what he asked for, what he said he wanted Yah to do is show me how and the purpose, not only just how, the purpose of everything you created under the heaven. Under the heaven. Yeah, that's power. Because once you learn it, like y'all might think Sister Deborah sitting here and be talking, that's what was going on with Solomon. He realized the level of everything on the earth and above the earth, in the sky, the moon, the sun, the stars, everything. Yah suffered him to learn. From what level? What level did the Father allow Solomon to know everything under the sun from the kingdom? He gave him the whole makeup of what he created on the earth and the purpose therein. And when Solomon realized that he took all those years building, investing into things, planting, and when he finished, y'all, that man said, all of it is vain and vexed. He said, and what I have, going to go to another. And that one that it go to, it ain't going to be a person that served the Most High Yah. Exactly. It's just going to go to another, and another. He said, all of it is vain and vexed. I don't think nothing was powerful outside of the temple he built for Yah, because David didn't build it. So he built it. And outside of that, I don't care how much you have, Solomon, what you got, what you building, how oh, hey, from what I can understand, that was some temple. I mean, Solomon did everything. He preached. That's what his main thing. He preached. What got in the way? Anybody know what got in the way of his preaching that made him? He was a preacher, okay? But what got in his way? What would you think that has gotten into Solomon's way during his process of revealing everything under the sun and learning everything that was under the sun? Because the father asked him, what is it that you desire? He said to learn everything that is under the sun. What was his he was a preacher, and what was his main downfall? Women serving other gods. Yeah, strange women. Okay, but before that, before him serving other gods and before strange women, something happened, y'all. And that's pretty much even this conversation tonight. It's the same situation, same thing. Women, a woman, y'all. When I read Ecclesiastics, I thought that was one of the. I love that book. I really do. His ego, nope, he never had ego. His flesh, nope. And you know what? I realized as well. I realized that when Yah said he's going to hold us blameless, it's because we came down here sealed by him already. Okay. So what Solomon did is go to Matthew chapter 1. Let me see where it's at. And I can't believe I don't even see it. But wait a minute, let me get it for you. In Matthew's chapter 1. And I know it's on here. Okay. You see in Matthew's chapter 1. Okay. It says the gospel according to Matthew's chapter 1. The book of generations of Yeshua HaMashiach. Generations of Yeshua HaMashiach. Now, it says that here, but Yeshua hasn't been born yet. But yet, it came after, even though it might have been before, but it's the way they set the book up. But it says the book of generations of Yeshua HaMashiach. Okay. This means every last one of them that's listed, he had to put the first one. That was the lamb that was slaughtered. Yeshua HaMashiach first. Every last one of them fell under the seed of the Spirit. The seed of the Spirit. Okay. Let's go to verse 6. As you see in verse 6, it says, and Jesse begot David the king, and David the king begot Solomon. You see, Solomon was already in there, y'all. It didn't matter how many women he had. It didn't care how many women that serves other gods. That was the warning. He had told him that way ahead of time. Don't take on the strange women or the women that serve other gods. He had already warned him of that. Okay. So that's what Solomon did later on. He got involved in all of that. But what was it? Now let's go. What it was what happened to Solomon, it need be to happen to him. You know how all the most of the prophets, if y'all really get deep into it, you'll see who wants to be skinned alive. Okay, who wants to be cut in half? Who wants to be boiled in the pot? These people were murdered all because they was a servant of Yah to speak a word to a people. Okay, did not Yah know they were going to be done like that? Yeah, just like he knew Yeshua was going to be on that cross. He know it. He knew it. Don't you know he knew Solomon was going to dip into the other women? Oh, did he know? Yeah. He sealed them though. He's mine, Deborah. He gonna be held blameless. He in there. 99.9 wouldn't ever know that in Matthew chapter 1, when it says the book of generation of Yeshua HaMashiach, then it break down the David, the sons of the son of David, the son of Abraham. It breaks all the spiritual seeds down. Solomon in there. I had to, about 28 years ago, he told me, I want you to take every last one of those names and I want you to break them down in Hebrew. All of them got a powerful meaning. Every last one of them. But their meaning came from the kingdom, not from the earth. Because when I found all their names, I said, wait a minute, Father. This is what this name means. Oh, this is what. All of it had a spiritual meaning. So that's who they were in the kingdom that was coming to the earth. Weren't they all the same? Yep. We all die and go to the grave. There was nothing different when it came down to the flesh. There wasn't nothing different when it came down to the flesh. When David took the man's wife, committed adultery, lay with her, had him murdered. Oh, but David was the seed. He was already written. You see, he was the seed of the Spirit. And he already done told us the seeds of the Spirit is going to be held blameless. Because they didn't ask to come down here to be sealed and yet have to be able to long suffer and endure a dark world. They were bound to do some things wrong. So what happened? Solomon did everything great. Solomon, as you go to Ecclesiastes, the first, it tells you he was a preacher. Solomon was in there doing everything right until one thing switched Solomon over. And you know what? I can feel him right now. I can feel it. Because I'm him, he's me. I can feel him. That one thing switched him over was the fact that he learned all that Yah wanted him to learn under the sun. And it was nothing worth anything. None of it. It's all worthless. You see what I'm saying? Once he realized, Deborah, it ain't nothing you can say. It ain't nothing you can do. It ain't nothing you can preach. It ain't nothing you can minister. No matter what you say, do, preach, teach, stand on any mountain. Deborah, I was the rich of the rich in the land. I built the temple for Yah. I had everything and wasn't like anything. But Deborah, when I came to understand everything was vain and vexed, meaning worthless. All of it is worthless. So when we on this earth thinking it's about how we're doing something, how we feeling about it, how we think about it, how we do things, how we say things, how we make things, you're lost with the cause and without it. Because when it all said and done, Solomon told you, it's all vain and vexed. So when Yah was speaking to me the other day and said, there are no difference between them. They all go to the grave. They all, meaning letting you know on the earth, we all go to the same place. We all sin. Some sin is worse than others, you see? But we all do wrong against Yah. But he's talking about, wait a minute. You keep in mind that the battle is not on the line where you think in the flesh, that you can teach and you can preach and you can reveal, you can break down and you can lift up or you can build up. It don't matter, Deborah. Solomon said, it's vain and it's vexed. You're going to feel that same hurt that Solomon felt, because the mindsets on the earth, it's worthless. It's only he that is in the spirit makes a difference on the earth itself, but not to the point of the flesh, only the point of the spirit. When Solomon found that out, Solomon said, hold up. For Solomon to have wanting to know everything under the sun, that means he wanted to know why the world is the way that it is, why people think the way they think, why they feel the way they feel, why they doing the things that they doing, why all the wealth, why all the poor. Solomon wanted to know all of it. He was a preacher. But all that he knew brought him to great sorrow, because it took him one place. Worthless. He realized that which I asked Yah about and to have showed me all of it is worthless. So that's to get in your mind what Sister Deborah said over and over and over. You can live on this earth all you want, and you can make everything what you want it to be. You can put everything on the highest pedal of who you are, who you think you are, what you got, what you have, what you're going to get. All you want. It's all vain and vexed. It's not going to give you no destiny to nothing. It's worthless. So if everything is worthless, what am I going to do? Do the things that support the spirit realm. Because everything that is of the flesh, it's worthless. And now I say unto the Father, I can understand, even in Solomon, in what he said, the world was out of order then. Because he found out, no matter how much he preached, no matter how much money he gave to the poor, no matter how he built the temple of Yah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. He built the temple of Yah. David didn't do it, so Solomon did. And from what it is said, it was beautiful and big, exactly the way Yah wanted it. But what took him down the spiral is when he found out, having all that I have, inherited all my dad's wealth, I'm richer than he was. All this land, all this planting, all of this, it don't mean a rat's behind to the Most High Yah. It's all on the earth, and it is worthless. What made it worthless? He said, if I was to pass, the next one comes, they become over all that he leaves back. And they don't have to even have a relationship with the Most High Yah. Sodom was eating it up. He was just understanding him in the spirit realm. I get it. It is such an awesome support. And that's the whole ideal, even with the prophets and the apostles and all the other disciples of the apostle, all of them. I understand them more than anything on this earth today. I understand their mission because they died, okay? So that I, Sister Deborah, can be able to tell it from where they left off, okay? But they died because what they were saying. They didn't die because they was bad people. They didn't die because they was robbing people. They didn't die because they was murdering people. They wouldn't die because they were doing anything outside of speaking truth. Truth is worth dying for when you are in Yah. Because to die is to live in Yah. So you see, all these things that these people, these men went through, I have saluted them. I can embrace them. I understand the things that they done and what they went through. And their mission alone, I understand. Because it takes me right where I'm at today. Either you're going to say something wrong or you're going to say something right. But guess what, Deborah? It doesn't matter. It's all vain and vexed. Because if truth and what is said right don't set an individual free, can't nothing set them free. They're not free. They think they're free. Because what we do is we think we're free because we live in the way we want to live in our flesh. Or we have things, we got things, we're going in this direction. That's what make us think we high and mighty. It ain't because we got Yah in us. It's because what we have. And as long as it stays here, I'm going to set an example. I had a yard sale, and this man said to me, we was on one accord, this European. We was talking, he was talking about what all 9/11 and he just came out of nowhere with all this. And then the other European that was there, he was like, y'all, where y'all know all this stuff from? Both of them was elders, and we were just really having a really good conversation. Then all of a sudden, he went on the deep end. He went all the way on the deep end. And everything he was saying was good until he said that when Donald Trump get into office, we're going to be able to collect every person on earth more than $3 million apiece. You see? Then I knew that he took another road. You see? This is how Yah is not going to let people reach the destiny to be free. He's going to let them go as far as they think they can go. Because as long as you listening to him and you're agreeing with him and you're saying the things he wants, he good. He already in the kingdom. But the moment you say something that does not set well with him, let me tell you. Like with me, when he said that, I didn't shun him. I said, if you mean to tell me all that talk you was talking and you going to sit here and sum it up to Donald Trump, and he was talking about the Most High. He didn't call him Most High. He called him God. But we were so on one accord. But then when he land on Donald Trump, when he get in office, that means all of us go. Now, when have Negroes been rich and had $3 million? Do you know who you talking to? That's how I had to come out. I had to go all the way with truth. Ain't no shame in my game. You either live or die. At least you'll live telling the truth the way Yah has brought truth to you. If Yah is willing to apply truth to you, why should you speak a lie? Don't do it, y'all. I don't care who you are in Yah. Don't do it. He went all the way left. He said, you don't believe it? You don't believe it? Oh, that man wanted me to believe that so bad. I said, I can't believe that. He said, don't you know about the Social Security card and the Social Security card, that serial number behind it, and the birth certificate, that serial number? If you look at them, you put them together, you look it up. And I have looked it up. It is in the bank, the biggest bank in the world. It is listed in there. And it says I had $300 million. For real. For real, for real. I knew what he was talking about. But when he said Donald Trump, oh, wait a minute. I wasn't going to believe it even if he said yeah. You know why? That's not the prophecy. It's time to throw down, bro. This is the day of sorrow. This is the day of darkness. How is 3 million going to pull up in everybody's hand? How could that be? That cannot be. So when I was explaining that to him, he was just, oh, but I truly believe it. I truly. Now now he came out of what he was believing to land into something like that. And you know what? He said, I'm gonna make sure I see you again when you list it. I said, I don't do it number 3 times a year, and I do it during the summertime. So I won't be listing a yard sale again. The community loves me having yard sale because when they come here, they be doing a lot of talking, mingling and coming together. And, oh, I ain't seen you in 10 years, and y'all stay right around the corner from each other. Just sitting back, just listening to him. But he left and he said, but I'm coming to the next one you have, even if it is next year. I said, okay then. But I had to tell him, I said, we can't discuss no more. Now I don't want to talk no more. I had to end it. Because when you come telling me Donald Trump gonna give me a 3 million, you 3 million, we gone. I'm gone with you if I believe that. I'm gone all the way. Start digging my grave because I'm gone. Because I couldn't see in no spiritual realm that which is spoken in that dark realm that we're gonna gain all this money. And babe, we in a time of darkness. I do know that. We're in a time of tribulation. We're in a time of judgment. We're in a dark time. And it's not even called time. It's called day. We're in that day. So no, bro, not with all that. No. So that was my first time seeing him and that other guy. I had never seen them before, but we sure had they were there for like 45 minutes. We were just talking and talking. Everybody just walking around and we was talking. And this one other guy said, I don't know, y'all talking about something I don't know nothing about. He left, but it was just us three. But when it takes a about turn, that's it. I tell them, you took another step. But I look at Solomon and I think about the question that I asked and I said to you all, and that was, what was it that turned Solomon? It wasn't women. It wasn't that it was the women. It wasn't that it was the other nation women. It wasn't that all those wives they said it had. Now I'm gonna tell y'all the truth of the whole matter. When back then, when Solomon had those wives, a lot of people didn't understand. He had so much money. He was taking care of people. And I think those that was under his castle was called his wife. It wasn't like they were his wife and he was having sex with them. See, a lot of people go way out on the deep end because I noticed the way he went out. If he was really about all that lust and all that, he wouldn't have, he still went out on top. Okay? He still went out on top. So when you get to Matthews and you see him in there in the spirit realm, then I say, oh, there you go, Solomon. I already knew you went out. Because I was searching for him to go out and be murdered or skint or something because he disobeyed Yah. But see, Yah already didn't check and said, oh, wait a minute. Mine, I'm holding them blameless. Okay? They come down here for a mission. Solomon came to take over my servant David, his father. And I'm going to be with him like I was with his father. They don't know that because when they pull up in Matthew's chapter 1, they don't see where it's listed, the Yeshua HaMashiach, letting you know those are all the ones that came down the spiritual bloodline, like Yeshua HaMashiach. That's all you couldn't get nobody to teach and preach that for nothing. They couldn't look in Matthew chapter 1 and see all the ones that's listed and say, wait a minute, who are these people? They mindset don't think. Let me go up in here. He got these here, all of them here, Bozak. Oh, wait a minute. And when I got to Bozak, I was like, hold up. You mean they missed it? He said, yes, they missed it. I said, Father, thousands of years, even to today, they preaching and teaching that thing. You mean this didn't have nothing to do with Ruth, Naomi? He said, never did. I was chasing the bloodline. I was chasing the bloodline, Deborah. I was chasing the spiritual bloodline, and the world had no idea what was going on. You pull up in Matthew 1, there go Bozak. Bozak was the spiritual bloodline. And see, that's why I tell y'all, there's 2 lines. There's a flesh, he that is born of the flesh. He's born of the flesh to follow the ways of his flesh. in his spirit, in his spirit, in his flesh. He that is born of the Spirit has come down here to serve as a servant of the Most High Yah in his flesh, in his spirit, through his flesh. Is he going to be perfect? Nope. You know why? Flesh. In the world of sin. I'm not expecting him to be perfect, Deborah, because I already held them blameless. You see? So Bozak, if you let everybody else tell you and preach that thing to you, you'll swear down that it was a Naomi and Ruth. It didn't have nothing to do with that. Y'all was chasing that spiritual bloodline. He wasn't chasing nothing but the spiritual bloodline, and that was Bozak. He was a spiritual bloodline that he was chasing to bring back, because her husband and son died in the war. They died, and the bloodline was coming back through them. So it had to route back to I think it was his cousin, or Bozak wasn't his cousin. He was someone to him, but it had to route back around him and come out through Bozak. So why Naomi and Ruth thought they was moving on and doing this together and doing this, and now trying to get the king and her being put in the presence of the king. She just didn't know, baby. It was never about you. It was Bozak all the time. All you have to do is go to Matthew chapter 1 and see all the spiritual bloodline in the males. It tells you right here until Mary stepped in. Mary stepped in and she checked. When Mary stepped in, she changed the whole atmosphere. Y'all said, now wait a minute. Joseph, stand down. Stand down. Joseph, stand down. I'm going to do a new thing. I'm going to bring you through the seed of a woman. I don't want this to have to be no feeling in no man and no woman. I want to bring this down to the bloodline of a woman. I'm going to give this seed and put the seed in her. Even though it was a spiritual seed, yeah, it was holy. It was the holy seed of the Most High Yah's son. So that's the reason why. Like Joseph, you have to stand down, bro. But I like how, I really do, I get a kick out of how the Father has orchestrated everything from the kingdom. You know, I glorify him in the midst of that, because that is what should keep each and every last one of you all that walks in the Spirit. When you walk in the Spirit, you walk in the ways of the Father. You kick your ways and your feelings, your emotion to the curb, and you walk in the spirit realm of who he is. And how do you do that, Deborah? It's when you hear that voice in you tell you that you know this. You thought it was this, didn't you? That's how y'all do. He'll come in with stuff that you thinking you know, and he'll climb on top of it in a minute. Say, nah, it wasn't like that. It was this. So I like that realm, because it's a place of assurance, a place of comfort, you know, a place of victory, and a place of endurance, a place of long suffering. But when you know it's in the spirit realm, it's where your mission and your purpose is called. It makes you feel so good inside. And it's like, today I was just waiting for him to give me something, y'all. I was waiting for the Father to give me something. Give me something, Father. Give me something to come on or to go on. So, okay, y'all, I'm going to, I got one topic, and it's not our flesh. It's not about, let's say that, about our flesh. I know I want to talk about that, because I'm going to do an in-depth on that, because I always be telling people that the flesh is so different than the spirit. I need to explain in a way of the spiritual realm of how the flesh got to be just the flesh and the spirit got to be just the spirit. You see? So I want to make that one of the topics. Anybody else got another topic? What you say? Nancy laughed. Rats behind. Yeah, but they just make it a real big thing. And that's another thing. I wanted to I put something up YouTube, not YouTube, my Facebook and TikTok. But what I'm realizing, it's nothing you can, like the Father said, you can't make the crooked straight. Okay, the crooked is crooked, and it's going to remain crooked. Okay, only one can make anything straight is Yah, and only time I hear that He's going to do that is at Mount Zion. Oh yes, He's going to make something right. That's not right. He's going to clear up some things, and but I sit back and I look at what is going on in the world today, and I see how high level of issues that everybody is clamming on top, and no one is seeing it in the light at all. I mean, and let's say if the light ain't spiritual and they don't know nothing about the spirit, just seeing it in the light of their thought pattern, seeing that this is a trap. You see, they have no idea that everything is going in a way to make everybody mad after it's over. And guess what, y'all? It ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump, Biden. I know y'all can't see it, but that's what I know for a fact. It don't have anything to do with the politics. It has to do with the prophecies. You see? So I'm looking at it, and I see all these mega churches and all these big temples and all these big everything. Why is it no one in the world outside of Satan Ace that been ruling the world knows what is going on behind the scene? What happened that the Father is not allowing the people in the world to see what is taking place? That's powerful to me. But then he said, like the days of Noah. Did they see then? See, that's what I'm telling y'all. When I'm in a situation where I'm just overwhelmed with the fact that people are not seeing things for really what it is, and why can't they see the simple thing? The Father always come back with something. He always. And that's something else he talked to me about today, about the day of Noah. He said only one power punch is in there. And with me, I was thinking, okay, well, the power puncher had to been the flood, the water itself coming to drown the people, where the end. And Noah and the ark, when he was building the ark and he was getting it ready, putting everything in it, and he locked in it his family, and everything was ready, or it was being built, and so on and so on. And I had no idea that he didn't build it himself till the Father told me. That right hand, that was good enough. When he said that, I said, okay. But this is what he said. He said, the power in that, the whole world will miss it. Everybody wants to tell the story, but everybody wants to tell it like a lie. He says that I'm so sick of these people for voting. Keep sending me all this stuff. You know what he said to me? He said, so what would you get out of the main thing with Noah? I went on and I started dealing with the flood, how he brought the water from underneath and the water from above to meet to end the world. So I went into that area. Then I went into, okay, Noah building the ark, or Noah going and witness to the people to get out the that it's about to end. He said, you know how many years he did that? And I'm like, no, not really. I mean, to the T, I don't. But he was saying that, and I said, well, maybe him building it and all the stuff he put in it, and what the Father said, a simple thing. He said none of that had anything. The power of what it was the people never believed. The people never believed. When Yeshua HaMashiach came on the scene, And he began to tell the disciples and the multitude, it's going to be like the days of Noah. We thought, because they put, they're going to be drinking and marrying and feasting. He said, you will look at those things as what they're going to be doing during this time. Because they're going to do those things because they ain't going to believe. So right then, that goes right back to that narrow gate. It is so many things that the Father can show you all why things are the way that it is. But it's where you at in your heart. See, a lot of people don't want to receive the truth when Yah is speaking it to them. So they begin to just say, when I need it turned a certain way where I can receive it. Because when he said that to me, I went like, it was the people. It did the same thing with Lot. Because that's what he bounced off of. He said it's the same thing with Lot. Everybody was going down. Because they were what? All the same. You remember what I told y'all a couple of days ago in the message? He said nobody was different. Ain't nobody different. We are all the same. That's what was happening in the days of Noah. Everybody was doing the same. Nobody was doing something. Everybody was doing the same thing. Same day with the day of Noah. The Lot. They were all doing the same thing. It wasn't no good there. None whatsoever. So you know how they say, I thought he was going to say something about the sons of Yah, which the world is saying, Enoch said the fallen angels, but the sons of Yah. I thought he was going to say something like that, but he was saying, even that there, now that I'm speaking it to you, even that there, the fallen angels, as they say, which is the sons of Yah, couldn't stop and didn't change the people. The people were who they were. So right then, it was all the same, just like he says to me the other day. We're all the same, but we're not the same in the spirit realm. We're all the same, but we're not the same in the spirit realm. And when we are in him in the spirit realm, it makes some different who we are in the flesh, but not to the point to making ourselves so different than the other person who don't have the Ruach. You see? Because he's living in us, but we have an outer shell, which is our flesh. And it's always battling my spirit and the spirit of Yah in me. So he said, one is no different than the other. That's what took place in the days of Noah. And then that's why Yeshua can pull up and say to us to think about the end days being no different than Noah. But what do? We look at that and say, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. We all believe. We all saved. We all spirit and truth. But we have to look at the end of the spirit realm of who we are. That's what we need to focus on. Is who Yah is in us and who we are in him. That is what makes the big difference between the two. Okay, so let me see here. Anybody have a topic? Let me just see here. All right, good night. Okay, you said maybe we can talk about how to look at situations and pull out the spiritual battle. Okay. And you said pull out the spiritual battle. Okay. Now you see that what you have there? You say maybe we can talk about how to look at situations and pull out of the spiritual battle. Okay? Think about pull out the spiritual battle. Maybe you can say something that can add in that spot, because and because I'm gonna let you shoot at that one again, so you can. I don't want to say what you're saying, because what I'm reading might not be what you're really saying. All righty. Ancestry worshiping C over Yah. Okay, so I put that one down. I put that one, ancestry worshiping C over Yah. Ancestral worship C. What do C stands for? Because are you saying ancestry? Is that one where everybody now is worshiping their ancestors? I'm not ancestors. They're ancient. That's what I meant. The ancient. That ain't the one you're talking about. You said like defining. Defining it. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying about the battle. Yep, that makes sense, don't it? That makes sense. I see what you're saying. Yep, that's a good one, believe it or not. You see how you said it. Yeah. And that's a good one, because that's something I think I would even want to look into, just to see what it really looked like. You know what I'm saying? And kind of like you said, define it. You see? So I think that's a good one too. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, somebody got spiritual warfare, understanding how to fight. How to fight. Let me ask you a question. Which way would you think it would take to fight? In the flesh or in the spirit? Go on, get some candy, ain't you, John? Yeah, right. No, I don't want anything. I'm not gonna eat anything tonight. Yeah, right. Okay. And you say spiritual warfare, because I still don't quite understand how to fight in the spirit. I like that. I really like that. You know why? It ain't even our fight. So you're not supposed to be fighting no way. Okay. Okay. See, so that's why you don't understand it. It's because it's not meant for you to understand it, because it's not a fight for us. It is in the spirit realm. No flesh knows how to fight the spirit realm. No flesh. So we don't know how to fight it in the spirit, but we know who can fight it and have fought and still defending and winning in the spirit realm. But it's a fight that, and you know what? Throughout my whole life, that's how they taught it. That we must fight the good fight, and we should the battle. None of that. We ain't got no business bothering none of it because it ain't ours. You know what he told us to do? He said, when it all said and done, stand still. Stand still. Because he knows that if we can't fight in the flesh, that which is in the spirit. Why typing us bad compared to y'all? Yes. I don't know why. It's a lot of that's going on though. A lot of people, because I heard this a couple of people, matter of fact, they was teaching it, women, and they said they didn't understand why they're looking at it like that. And a lot of them are doing it too. I think a lot of, I don't know, I'm just talking right now. I know in Africa, they do a lot of that. But see, what they don't understand is whose spirit is still living. Whose spirit? See, when we get out here and start dipping into, and this is what they're doing, into our ancestors, uh, 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 we're actually trying to go into the dead, uh-huh, to wake it up. What makes you think you have the power to wake people that's dead up? If you got that type of power, then why ain't they still living? You see what I'm saying? But that's what a lot that if you come up with like a new religion or a new belief, it ain't that it's new, but it's booming. That will be one. So you got a good point on that one. Because that's what everybody believes now, to worship their ancestors. Ancient, and they call it ancient ancestors and ancestors. Why? To me, that's very demonic, demonic, demonic. To do that, but a lot of people are stepping into that. A whole lot of people. Okay, you said, I think to fight in the spirit, you have to put on peace, joy, patience, long suffering, endurance, and stand still. I like that. That sounds good. Yes, we are winning, and you know it too, don't you? Yes, we are winning, and you know it. You are so right. Go back to the song. The battle is not yours. It belonged to Yah. That's right. Yolanda Adams. Yeah. And you know what? Back then, when she sung that song, that used to sound so nice. Oh, that song sounds so good to me. And just listening to it, she had said, even when she said this battle is not yours, it's the other words in it. It took you to a place that you wasn't planning on going. Because when she said this battle is not yours, she repeats that. But the other words she says in there, it lets you know that wait a minute, this has got to be a realm that makes this battle not mine. Boy, I used to really listen to that song. Finding and searching for their ancestral roots in Africa. They really think that that's the way to go. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, a lot of them are going that route. A lot of people are turning to that because they think they can call on their ancestors. I wonder why their ancestor ain't delivered them then. I sure like to know that. Why ain't you gotten? Why ain't your ancestors helped you in the situation you have been in? And if they did, tell me which one. You see, they wouldn't even be able to find them, but they stick wholehearted to that. Yeah, they sure do. So they do. They think they fighting. Oh my God. They really do. They think they ancestors are fighting on their behalf. Oh, Father, yeah. Do you stand still when demonic approach you in the flesh? They can sniff out the anointing. You're so right, baby. They do. They really can sniff out the anointing, but it should burn their nose. To be honest, it should burn their nose. Oh, standing still toward demonic. See, if the ruach is present, they see in the spirit. See, the demons ain't caught up in your flesh. They see in your spirit. See, a lot of us think that the demons is really attacking our flesh. No, they're attacking our spirit because they know the flesh go into the ground. They're trying to stop our spirit from going to the kingdom for eternal, so we can go where they're going, to the lake of fire. See, a lot of us don't understand that same mindset that Yah has for us in the spirit, Satan has for us in the spirit, in where he is going. So he's looking to take more spirits with him. You see what I'm saying? Satan don't care about the flesh. If he can cause the flesh to be deleted or unalive just because he think he got victory, and oh, that one was mine. That one was mine. I got it. You know, but when it come down to the flesh, and it seems like, and you know what? It do seems like the battle is in the flesh. But once you step into the realm of the light in spirit and truth, and the ruach is in you, he'll check everything that's outside of you, around you, near you, at a distance. You're gonna see it coming. You're gonna smell it coming. You're gonna know it's coming. That's what the ruach is when it's in you. It's just that great. And demonic spirits, when they come, guess what they gonna come? They gonna come to everybody around you, but they gonna stand off of you. They gonna come around everybody around you, but when it come down to on you, they gonna stand down. Now they'll get somebody to come up on you. They'll get situation around you, but they cannot come up on you because the ruach is in you. Y'all wouldn't dare let them come that close up on you with him in there. And they don't want to come that close no way. Because they figured, hey, oh, well, you got that one then. You already in there. You in there with that one. So I ain't going to waste my time. They wasting their time. They got too many to deal with. They don't even have to come to the ones that's anointed. They don't have to come to the ones that has the ruach. They busy wasting their time on those that they think that they already won. And they haven't won them, but they think they have. And when they see, like they say, and I think it's like a parable where it says, when the demons see the house clean, this time they enter back in, but this time they take more than just one. Many comes in. That's why they coming into the house. It's because the house is empty. It's the ruach is not in that house. You see what I'm saying? So those are the ones they're pretty much after. And it's going right back to what I was explaining. It's a spiritual battle. See, Satan is not fighting in the flesh realm, baby. He's fighting in the spiritual realm. What we don't understand is both sides are fighting and battling, and it's floating over into the natural realm, into the flesh realm. But it's fought in the spiritual realm. Satan is a spirit. He'll never become a human. So what he'll do is he'll get everything you love, everybody that you care for, strangers that shouldn't even be approaching you. He'll get everything to come around you. But when he knows you are the anointed one, he knows he can't come. You see? He knows he cannot come. That's right. That is so true. You so busy trying to fight to know who you are, to know who the I am is. Why would you be over there playing with the ancestors? If it had to come down to you in a car and you getting ready to have an accident in the next 5 minutes, I bet you and I can guarantee you your ancestors couldn't save you. They so busy sleeping the dead. But the only one will is the Most High, the I am. But that's how they got the people trapped, to get caught. Because I'm telling y'all, that's one of the things that's booming. This ancestry, these ancestors and ancient ancestors, they battling for us behind the scene. They warring on our side and they fighting. I'm like, two things fighting: the darkness and the light, and they are in the spirit, not no ancestors. Because if you wonder which side is the ancestors on? Since they fighting, are they in the side of the dark, or are they in the side of the light? And who told them they can come back to fight? You see, it just don't. It sounds real stupid, but just imagine millions of people, or how would I say it? Are so into that as they believe in their religion. Right? He can't mess with nothing that don't belong to him. Oh yeah, yep. And in that area, nobody was working. There wasn't no work being done. Matter of fact, like I told y'all, I didn't hear none of that where I was at. It's a place of silence. Just people just walking. You don't even hear them talking. It's just a relaxation. People like to just walk through all that greenery. And you don't hear nobody talking. You don't hear you. And if you do, it's not like, a loud noise. That was meant to say something. And it didn't mean nothing, whatever it had to say. Yes, right. It says 7 more comes back because the house is clean. That means ain't no rock up in there. So we come in and we finna house this place. And that's a human that's coming into you and take over. No, we right. It was, and you can hear it. You heard it multiple times. That's what I did. But I thought that's what's the sound y'all was talking about. That's what I did. I thought the sound that everybody was hearing was the swords and how it would sound like it was being sharpened. You see, I thought that was what you all, until after the swords you hear that sound. But I thought that was the swords that everybody was hearing, because I heard that and I said, "Oh, those sound like swords, Father." So we do have ancestry. You know what? Let me tell you something about those ancestors. I don't know if y'all ever knew that in Torah, the Father always made sure that they understood that they were being buried, and they were being buried in a burial ground where their grave is going to be respected, because he put them in a certain ground. You see what I'm saying? Now, why is it that we can't grip what Yah said to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, David, Solomon, all of them. He told them. He told them about their burial ground. Where your father was buried, so shall you be buried. You know, stuff like that. He never told them that they can come back and talk to nobody. I know it. I'm just saying, no one never thought that, wait a minute. They don't put those pieces together because a lot of them are talking out their neck. And the problem is when someone really liked what they said, oh man, they got it. They got it made. They got it made. And that's just, and it's just everybody's looking for a way. And I did a video, we at the crossroad, the Most High said the crossroad. And I'm in this. I'm like, well, wait a minute, hold up. What we going on? What was going on? And what's going on with this? The crossroad is a place where we're going to be crossing a lot of things that's going to come to play, a lot of things that's going to take place. And it's going to appear as if it has to do with this the president election and all of that. But the Father said it's the crossroad. See, it's the crossroad. And the wicked and evil are fully aware of it. The wicked and the evil ones who has plans in this are fully aware that there is a crossroad. Yes. Yep. That is the crossroad. Culture plays a part. They add to it. Okay. So is that a setup, that ancestry thing is you talking about? Is that a part like a culture of people? When they start talking ancestry, I'm gone. What you say? You be gone. Because it throws you all the way off. It takes everything from y'all and put it in their hands to the dead that's gone. Yeah, but it was one, that's the why you didn't catch it, is because it wasn't like, oh, it was something like that, but it wasn't like a long length of time, you know, but it was a real loud and deep sound that wasn't human. Yeah. Okay, so places and countries, they created a tradition. Oh, she said that they created the those are for, well, wait a minute. It's a lady, Dr. Mumby. I think that's who she called herself. She believes in that as well. So but she was into this. I'm gonna tell y'all, she was into this Hebrew Israelite movement stuff at one time. Then she got embedded into this ancestry. What is it? Ancestry, ancient ancestry, or whatever they call it. But yeah, she really in it now. But she done moved over to Africa. And when they do that, they keep coming talking about us over here, and how we're gonna have it bad, and we're gonna have it hard. Why once they move from here to over there. Yeah, I heard the growl and I heard the blade noise. That's another good way of saying it, because that's how it sounds. Yes, the crossroad. But you know what? I'm trying to understand that. And that's where I'm confused. I'm confused because y'all haven't given me the what you call the fullness. Now I followed it under the revelation and under Matthews 24 and 25. But that's another thing. The Revelation 13, I think it kind of covers something that has to do with uh, the beast, or somewhat, and the devil giving him his powers. But The one world government, this is something, yeah. You know what I think about the one world government? I think the United States is going to be destroyed before that. The one world government can't be here in this country. This country going to be destroyed. You see what I'm saying? And somewhere in me, wait a minute, why is it nobody talking about that? Because they don't believe this country going to be destroyed. They really don't. Nobody, even those who tell you it's going to be destroyed and that it's Babylon, they really don't believe it. Because if the one world government have to step in, everybody thinking it's going to start and end with the United States. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because I believe that this country is going to be destroyed. I really do. I think we're going to be destroyed in a way that we really have no idea. I think we're going to be destroyed from the inside. Okay? Not on the outside. I think the outside is what's going to bring all the, you know how it says how they're going to be looking over at the United States and they're going to be feeling sad and they're going to be hurt. When they look over, they're going to see the smoke. I think that's going to come from some sort of nuke or some sort of bomb they're going to sum it up with. But I think that the United States is going to have so much chaos of sorrow, y'all. Pain, killing. So much of it taking place to the point of no returning to anything. You know? So what I'm thinking is, I can't see because see, the Pope is in Rome and in Italy. Iran is another part. The Antichrist, the beast, and the false prophet. It's three. Only one I think that could be on this end is Obama. And about 5 years ago, I saw a video where he's got his place set up. It's not even over in this country. Nowhere near it. And it's set up, y'all. And I was like, why would he be going over there? And they showing you that he got a throne. And it's like a high tower. He went to visit it. And they were showing you. You see, but it's not in this country, y'all. That's why the people in this country don't understand. It's like the Titanic. Everybody going down with the ship. Outside. If he said we come in cursed, we're leaving out cursed, then therefore, when he take us out, it's because it's going to be just that bad. It's going to be time for us to leave. Not our time, but his day. But it's real hard for Sister Deborah to grip the fact that the one world government and the one world system, because when you think of the one world government, United States is a pin needle. I know y'all don't know that, but it is. It is a pin needle. Okay. It is not the whole world. So when you see one world, we can't just say that the one world is in the United States. You get what I'm saying? So what I think we are missing is the one world system is not being set up for the United States as if they're going to be the power punch over it. They're not. Which y'all do not understand. And I'm going to say it again. And a matter of fact, I'm going to make sure I say it 5 times straight in 5 videos that I'm going to do. This country must go down like Revelation 18 said. And if it has to go down that way, it can't go down with the head of the one world government, because they will continue. Because it's a world thing, not a United States thing. Revelation 18, Babylon is a United States thing, not a world thing. You get what I'm saying? Just like the days of darkness. It's not a United States thing. It's a world thing. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what's going to, and why I feel that United States has the dumbest people in it, because while they're setting up to vote for two men, I mean, a man and a woman for president, all they doing is set up their demise, what's going to happen to them. You're setting them up to destroy you. That's all you're doing. That's what your voting going to do. That's what your voting is whole. That's what your voting is only for that purpose. A lot of people ain't paying attention to them actually saying that this is the last time it's going to be voting. So they telling us that this country going to end, but we can't. In us, oh no, a lot of us, tell you the truth, will not accept it. So the Father say, Deborah, what did I say to you today? It's going to be like the days of Noah. They didn't accept it then. That's why the Messiah, when he came, he told them, he broke it down to them. It's going to be like the days of Noah here in the United States and in the end days. See, a lot of us thinking just because he's going to destroy the United States, it's going to mean the end for everybody else. No, it is not. Because Satan ain't going to be chained down when United States is destroyed. He's not going to be bound. No. The system of the world system is still going to be going on in its control. You see what I'm saying? And the sad part is about it is it tells us that all through their instructions and direction book. And then when the Holy Spirit comes, he puts you in that place in the spirit realm so you can see it for exactly what it is. And you won't be out here, wait a minute, which way is it? Which way it's going to go? Which way it's going to go? You already feel that thing as if it's already taking place. Because that's what the endurance spirit does and the long-suffering spirit does. It prepares you from the inside to prepare, which is the inner man, the spirit. So what is happening? The United States is not going to be the one that's over the one world government. Y'all should know that by now. You know Iran ain't going to go for that. Russia ain't going to go for America being nothing. China ain't going to go for America being the one world system. Come on now, y'all. Y'all should, people, that's what I say, the little things no one ever think to say, okay, wait a minute, that makes sense. That makes sense. The United States, their whole purpose, and even what, this is what you all don't understand. What I'm about to say to you all, this is what would be a threat for somebody like me. Because I'm telling y'all how the system is going to do it and how this country is going to fall. So therefore, they ain't got no shame in the game. That's one thing I do have a lot of respect for, that the United States, they ain't hiding nothing. They came out, Bill Gates, all of them, they came out telling y'all what they gonna do to you. And everybody keep turning. No, they ain't. Everybody turning every way, and they standing dead right on nationwide television. Bill Gates too. All of them, the elites, they telling you what they finna do to this country. And we sitting here, keep going to dumb city like we don't know. They ain't gonna do this. I got this. I got this. I'm doing this. I got this. And the Father said to me today, you see how the days of Noah? Why would you think? This is what he said. Why would you think it happened in the beginning, the day of Noah? And then the Messiah comes to warn them again that the day coming where it's going to be like the days of Noah. And that's the question he asked me. What part do you think he's talking about? He's talking about only the people, the one it's supposed to affect. The people mindset today is identical to this sister. Sees and understand the day of Noah. Identical. So that's why he asked me the question. What would you think would be the main point or the power punch in Noah? To the point where when I send the Messiah, he's going to remind us that it's going to be like that again. I was thinking it was just ship. Oh, the water you brought from one end to the other one. I thought I just had it in there. He said, no, simple. It's the people. And I sit there and I said, Father, I salute that. You know why? I'm living. I'm not dead. And I see it already. The mindset of the people is already there. He can end it right now for this country and it'll be okay because their mindset is gone. No one realized in Deuteronomy 28 when he said, until they are destroyed. He's speaking physical, but basically, number one, mentally. Judah and Israel is gone mental because they can't see the difference between wrong and right. They can't see light nor darkness. This whole country, look where they at. They think it's about Biden and Kamala and Trump. They think when we get one of them in here, heaven's going to open up and we're going to have it all back to what? America great again. It is. Go to Revelation 18. Babylon the Great has fallen. Has fallen. That's the great they're looking for. And they're too ignorant to see it. They seeing it in the flesh. Nowhere in the spirit sitting here letting you know, yeah, you're going to make it great again. It's going to go down. So Trump is aware. Biden, Kamala, they know it's not a game of being president for this country. They know China owns this country. They know China coming in from California and China want the end of Florida bumped off. China owns this country. I sat back and I watched China got all these different things on TikToks. They got that TEMA, whatever it's called. All this way they can send biochemical, anything they want over because the people in this country not only have China own this country, they have won the people over by little things. Oh, we'll sell you this shirt for $2. You don't know what they putting on them shirts. You see how vulnerable the people are, and the main people is us as a people. That's why he said destroy, Deborah. They gone, and they run around here acting like ain't nothing going on. They gone, Deborah. 7 times Deuteronomy 28 in game says until they are gone. He knows what he's talking about. No one wants to believe it, except that they're not going to. Because if he had to come to me today and check me to understand that same power punch of them not taking heed to nothing back in the days of Noah, it's already in the present of the day in which you're living. That's what he wanted me to know. And a lot of times he's telling me that because that's where the levels of the minds of the people. And he wants me to know, don't be bending yourself up and down, figuring that, you saying something wrong or you ain't getting around or you trying to break it and they not getting it. Don't do it. It's going to be like the days of Noah. They didn't listen to him. And they ain't going to listen to you. That's just where everything is at. So America is over. It's done. America fell a long time ago, y'all. They just still taking everything from you so you'll never be able to establish anything. And people who do have, those are the ones going to fall with Babylon because they're in the mindset of greed. They think, hey, I'm going to survive this here because of what I got. Oh, I can't die. I got this to live for. I got this. I got this. And they're about to see how America has already been destroyed. But see, the way it's going, y'all, they're not being destroyed from the outside. Why do you think they sending all the money on the outside? Come on now, y'all. Come on now. Think, people, think. Why do you think they giving all the money from out of America to all these other countries? They destroying you from within. Then they go to all the other countries and say, open up your prisons. Open up your death row. Open up your prisons that where people killing, stealing, women and men. You're going to send them into one place. What place is that? The United States of America. Revelation 18. Revelation pull up, 18 pull up. It's becoming a habitation of devils, unclean spirit, cage, wicked birds. He's letting you know it was an evil country anyway, but it's going to become within it. That's why they send the migrants over. They got to bring this country that they got all of y'all food to believe. They got to bring it down to the level of total 100% destruction. I told y'all when I go out, I don't see what y'all see. I don't have no reason to lie. Why do I have to lie? Who wants to see chaos? Who wants to see houses on fire and windows busted out? All these beautiful houses is black and torn up and blood all on the porch and all that. Who wants to see that? Who you think want to see that? But I have to see the reality. I was assigned to see it. They're tearing it up from the inside. Give me your key. Why are they sending all the money all over the world, out of the country? Why? That's why they're doing it. They got to get everything from out of here. So the people here won't have anything. Why do you think they want to tear down the banks? They got to put you in a situation you ain't going to have nothing. All we're going to have is to war within this country. All we're going to have. Matthew 24, he say, wars and rumors of wars. But hold up. Tell them that's not it. Don't worry about that. It's when nations against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Where is that going to happen? Right on the battlefield inside this country. So while you're planning for this is why Sister Deborah bring you spirit and truth, food for the spirit, because that's the only thing going to survive. I'm here to tell you, that's the only thing going to survive, y'all, is that which is in spirit and truth. Anything outside of that, they're not going to survive. The country has fallen. Babylon the Great has fallen. You never thought why he said Babylon great again? It matches Revelation 18. Babylon the Great has fallen. It has become. I like that word become, because it's telling you this is what it's going to become. And even though it told us, we still running our tears around here, high on the hog on ourselves, thinking everything is about us. Me, man. I don't care what nobody say, but that's okay. Ain't a word I'm saying it's going to vanish, because it's already backed up with the prophecy. And that's what myself, when I think of my children, that's what I think of y'all. When I told y'all I got that, greenhouse out there. And I said, I don't even think of it for me. I think of whoever going to be able to get it, that's going to end up with it. I said, I store food downstairs, but I can't see it for me, y'all, because I think of who it's going to be for. So let me make sure it's there. Well, it can be for my children, but I don't even think that they're going to be able to get to it. So whoever it be for. You see what I'm saying? That's where my head in the spirit is at. It's like, where am I going to be then? I keep saying that over and over. Where am I going to be? But it's going to get to the point where no houses is going to have anything but dead bodies, burnt up. And then they're going to decide to put the cherry on the cake when they nuke this place. or whatever they do. Why? Because sick people out there today have no idea. Your greater America is about to become your battlefield. No, I'm not talking about Trump and Kamala. That's a part of the plan, y'all. They working together to set y'all tails up right here on the battlefield of this country. But I believe when they get to the point where even sickness and pestilence, or not pestilence, yeah, some sort of disease, this is in my thought, some sort of disease or something where they're going to see this taking place and they're going to say, well, we need to nuke that so nobody can come out of that country. We need to really do it over, because I can't imagine what the other countries are looking over here and seeing. Only thing they can look over here and see the smoke is when something has been nuked. Honestly, that's the only way they see smoke over in this country. So it has to be the country going to come down with a boom. But before it come down with a boom, it's coming down from within. Nation against nation. It wouldn't be hard for Judah because they're killing each other anyway. They'll be the first one to get out in the streets and kill each other. So the Europeans, the Mexicans, the immigrants, they wouldn't have no hard time taking us out. We killing each other and we smiling about it. We don't see nothing wrong with nothing we are doing as a people. Nothing at all. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and 20. Deuteronomy 28 and 20. And Yah shall send upon thee curses, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hands unto to do until thou be destroyed. Let's press on. Let's press on. 21. And Yah shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he has consumed thee from off the land, whether thou goest to possess it. So when you thinking you going to possess some land and, oh, I'm out here doing my thing, we out here in the woods, let me tell you something, he coming for you. And Yah shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever and with inflammation and with extreme burning and with the sword and with blasting and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. Hold up. That's what Isaiah was talking about. Oh, yes. When he said what he said, he means what he said. So while we're sitting around trying to catch the realm of the flesh, the pleasure of the flesh, the understanding of the flesh, the understanding of the fleshy wisdom, the fleshly knowledge, along with the emotions and the feelings and a personal opinion, guess what, baby? Something coming greater than that. He's going to destroy us. Okay, now watch this here. In verse 24, Deuteronomy 28, 24, and Yah shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust, from heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. All the way. And oh my goodness, it's just so many of them. Verse 27, and Yah smite thee with a botch of Egypt, and with a hemorrhoids, and with the scab, and with the itching, wherein thou cannot be healed. You see what I'm saying? He chasing Israel and Judah. Now, this is, I would say, okay, when could this have been during the time we were traveling from one to the other? No. He said, until you are destroyed. So when it got to verse 34, it says, so that thou be mad for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. What do mad mean? Cuckoo clock. You're going to go cuckoo clock because you're going to see so much. You're going to go mad, cuckoo clock. Okay. And verse 45, It's also in 28 and 29. In 45, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. 43, 46. And they shall put upon thee a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Verse 48. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which Yah shall send against thee in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in want of all things. He shall put a yoke upon thy neck until thou hast been destroyed. Cuckoo clock. I'm telling you, our thought pattern as Israel and Judah is just not there, y'all. It's just not there. It's gone. We are destroyed in so many ways to where we don't even understand that we are destroyed. Just thank the Most High Yah for the ones, the remnant that He's coming to get up out of here, because we are truly destroyed. I'm not ashamed. I am not ashamed. Not what's great in me. You think I'm ashamed? I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to tell the truth either of the whole matter. Judah is destroyed. She gone. She gone. Because all of our actions, our doings, our thought patterns, our everything, not only does it match the United States, it matched the ways of our forefathers. But y'all say y'all worse than that, Deborah. So we really ugly. You see? If you go to Deuteronomy 28 and start at verse 18 and end it all the way to the end, it'll blow your mind. You'll say, well, wait a minute, Deborah, who is he talking to? And then to one day you wake up and realize he's talking to Israel, but he's talking to Judah too, Deborah, ain't he? He really talking to Judah. Yes, he is. Judah sitting around right now, don't have a care in the world. But the way Yah got it planned, whatever and whomever he take up out of here, he got a work that he's going to do when he get them where he want them. He going to do a lot of cleaning. And it ain't going to be a lot to him. It ain't going to be nothing but a snap, because he want to take them to the holy of holies. In the middle will he be there to deliver us. But it's a good thing. You know why? We're coming up out of here in spite of it coming down. The United States is coming down, y'all. It's coming down. I think preparing yourself in the spirit realm, and it's not you preparing it, but letting Yah prepare you for the journey itself, and not put that focus on, hey, I want to be there here in the United States because I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. Start filling that backpack up with spirit and truth. Make sure you got the light in your right hand. If you got to switch it to your left, switch that bad boy. Even if you got a pen needle, appreciate the pen needle of light. But don't go out with the bang. Don't go out with the Titanic ship. You don't have to. He's already separate the wheat from the tare. So it's a lot of things. They're going to destroy the people from within. And I can't even stand on a mountain and proclaim it. That's how far the people are gone. It matches what? Noah. It matches Yeshua saying it's going to be like the days of Noah. And look how they cover it up. It's going to be like the days of Noah. They're going to be feasting and eating and drinking and doing all this abomination mess. But watch this here. Why didn't it say that it's going to be like the days of Noah? No one believed. That's the key right there. I don't care about what it's drinking, smoking, and all this. But wait a minute. They ain't going to believe. You see? That's the key. That's the power punch. And it's showing you also the greater of numbers that's not going to come out. Like Noah. See, when we say the days of Noah, we got to match it with the days of Noah. We can't let them match it, because they'll match it with just drinking, marrying, giving in marriage, and feasting. Oh, no, baby. It's going to be more than that. They're going to be doing more than that. But none of the minds is going to be stayed on anything that has to do with the Most High Yah. That's the key. That's the power punch right there. So in Deuteronomy 28, verse 18 to the end, which is from 18 to 68, it will blow your mind to try to come back and try to make it make sense. And it ain't going to make sense. And then you'll wonder, what hey, Deborah, hold up. What is it talking about? When is that going to happen? You're going to look for a day or a time period in which this is going to happen. It's already happening. You said people are disappearing. I think a lot of people are falling dead. I think that's from that. I really do. That shock. They falling. And you know, people don't even know it's more. I think it's something. It should be like 8 to 10 million people died from that, but they ain't telling y'all. This country got them. You see the power. You see the power in those who kept that from this country. People sitting up in this country, sitting here talking, let me go get another shot. Where you been? You ain't heard? Nope, they ain't paying attention to it. They don't care. Yep, they don't believe in the Most High, a higher. The question is, where is the believers? That's the key. That's another key. That's the same thing I'm saying. That's why when he was asking me that, I was like, so you just saying it just clean cut, huh? Everybody, damn Noah, everybody was gone. You know what I'm saying? Except for Noah and his family. But you know, when Yeshua, see what he's saying, what the father is saying. Okay, Deborah, you know the Noah was back in the beginning. Okay, thousands of years later, Yeshua HaMashiach came on the scene, and he quote that it's going to be a time period like unto the days of Noah. So he's giving you a glimpse of it's going to repeat itself. You ain't gonna go in no churches. You ain't gonna go in no YouTube. You ain't gonna go nowhere and nobody preach that thing. They ain't gonna do it. So it shows you that where our mindset really is in this day and time. It is not geared to what is righteous. It's just not geared to what is righteous. But the Father said, I tell you what, I'll hold you blameless. I'll hold you blameless. Like that young man that was teaching that lesson, he was breaking it down, and he was telling them that if you are born of the woman's seed, then you are spiritual of Yah. You know, he was breaking it down, but he couldn't understand. He gave Satan the serpent seed and said that Satan, he don't know where Satan get his seeds, but he's over the serpent seed. Baby, Yah created the seed itself, you know? So everything was created by Yah. And when we start to see him to be all that and something who created everything, then you'll find yourself in a different way of living and believing and moving in and desiring. I mean, all the way different. Your thought pattern will be totally different. Once you can put him where he belongs, your whole thing will be different. You'll be saying, this. Your whole thought pattern will be different because it'll be off the chain. So look like I have 3 hours, y'all. I have to get off of here, but I appreciate each and every last one of you all in the live chat. I appreciate you, and I will be back, and we got several topics here, and we will be covering these topics. We got to. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in, and I will be back. And I say shalom and shalom. I didn't even know it was that late. It is not that it's that late. It's just I started at 7, 3 hours in. Shalom and shalom.